Hello, hello, it's Kim Corallo. Shut the front door too, and goodness gracious. Christmas is over, and I am getting ready to film for the very last time for 2024 a vintage haul. But before I do that, I wanted to share a few tips that some of you might want to try in your own home. First, let me tell you, I do not do this, okay, guys? But I thought it was worth sharing in case you want to do it, and possibly you already do. So this Christmas tree is in our dining room. It would be what I would call like a thin pencil tree, and this is what we do not every year. Honestly, we change up our decorations using the same stuff and maybe adding a little bit every year, but this is what we did this year, and we put all snowmen on this tree, pretty much all snowmen. There are some ribbons and some picks and different things. So because of that, I think this tree, if we wanted to, could stay all winter. There's nothing on it that screams Christmas. And honestly, I do know people that leave trees up all year and they decorate them per the season or holiday. So if that was something you're interested in, you could even leave it like it is. Maybe take these ribbons off and put some pinks and red ribbons in there, and maybe some hearts, stick some hearts in there. Or if you have some red picks, maybe take the green picks out and put the red picks in for Valentine's Day. At Easter time and springtime, if you have vintage Easter decorations, could you imagine sticking those in there? It would look so cute. Even if you don't, you could add any kind of Easter, bunnies, chicks, Easter eggs. Think of pastel colors maybe for your ribbons. In the summertime, you could do something like maybe flower pots and watering cans and florals that you would buy at places like Hobby Lobby and Michael's. Then at Christmas time and winter time, you could start all over with snowmen and anything that would interest you, I should say. So that is just a little example. If you don't really want to maybe take a small tree down, you could decorate it for all year. Again, just an example of what you could do. Not saying over at Shut the Front Door too, we do that, because we do not. Got another idea that I will share with you as well. So maybe you like snowmen and you have quite a few. Deer are really, really popular. Trees, any kind of a tree at Christmas time, and that green one actually lights up. I didn't put the lights on. All of that stuff could winter over. So if you are one of those people that do like to decorate and you don't want your house to feel so empty after you take your Christmas decorations down, these are some examples that could stay up. Now this is our dining room, and we do not have these trees on our dining room table. They're in our Christmas decor throughout our house. This is a full-on sled, and our dining room table is a harvest table. So it's big. And I was trying to keep from filming the window because of the lighting situation. So I put all this to one end of the harvest table. But the deer are fine to stay all winter long. The snowman, obviously. Now he is carrying gifts, but I wouldn't, and a Christmas wreath, I wouldn't pay a lot of attention to that. But I would like it better if he didn't have that and it was just a snowman. That's just a preference for me. And I display this with some greenery and a sled. I would probably, and I'll put these together just to make the filming maybe just a tad bit easier. I would put these trees possibly on a buffet side table, and just do the trees, maybe stick some snowmen in there or deer, whatever I have, or I would honestly maybe just leave the trees. There's nothing about these trees that scream Christmas. This is also an example of mixing some of the metals that I talk about a lot. This is a brass pot that I have the red tree in. That is a silver champagne bucket that I have the evergreen tree in. Mixing metals, I think it looks great. And then the green tree here is actually in a little milk glass vintage vessel. Guys, just some examples. If you like to decorate for all the seasons, I hope you can take these little nuggets and run with it. Now, we'll show you what we picked up this week in our vintage haul. Hello, it's Kim Corallo. Welcome back. For those of you that follow along our page, if you're new here, we are a wreath door hanger vintage gift store. We are out of Lexington, Kentucky, and we sell on Etsy. That link is in the description. We have several booth spaces and a hair salon. We never know where any of our items are going because they just go where they're needed. If you see something that you don't feel like you can live without, always reach out. If you don't see it on the Etsy store, we're happy to get that information to you. I cannot believe that this is the last video for 2024. We've only been doing this for 5 months on a weekly basis, and we are really loving it. For 2025, we plan to do a lot the same, which is the shelf styling and the side table and the booth styling and showing you vintage hauls. If there's anything else that you would like from us, just tell us in the comments. We hope that you enjoyed the little decorating tip at the beginning of this video, and let's get started with this beauty. I love this colorway. This amberina glass is always just so stunning to me. I love this size. Lately, these small, medium-sized vases are my all-time favorite. I just think they fit in well with styling, and I also think they make a great impact on their own, but it only takes a couple of stems of greenery or florals to really make a big impact. I love this little Fenton piece. I've had this before in milk glass and blue glass. I've never had the amber glass. That trumpet style is probably what I would call this. It's my favorite. This style is my favorite of all the Fenton pieces. I did also pick up a swung glass that was white milk glass from that same booth, but I somehow got home without it, so I'm hoping it's still at the store. All of these things came from an antique store that has booths, so it was a fun experience. Picked up these little bluebirds of happiness. I've had this size before. I've never had the baby. Was really excited to find these. These are also great little styling moments on a shelf, but they're really popular in my area. I don't know, maybe all areas. Anyway, I love a little lacquer piece, but this is a heart shape with Valentine's Day right around the corner. I thought it was just something nice. It doesn't scream Valentine's Day. We don't do a lot of like what I would call decorating for Valentine's Day within the booth. I don't have any vintage Valentine's Day stuff, so I don't mind doing a few heart-shaped items, but nothing that really screams Valentine's Day. This could be used year-round, and I like that year-round mindset, more mileage. I really, really like this vase too. It is pottery, which does super well in our area. Love the colorway on it, the darker blue, the lighter blue, the little tan stripe in the middle gave it a lot of character. It is signed, and it was made by somebody that has the initials JAF in 98. JAF, you did a great job. I think I picked up a set of 4 of these little dishes, blue and white. I really think they're super cute, and I think these are salt cellars. If you think that I'm wrong, let me know in the comments. I'm not exactly sure, but I think that's what they are. I like that rice pattern. I don't know if it's coming through on the screen very well. You'll hear me say 100 times over, I never pass up brass, probably pretty much anything, but if it's on a pedestal, I definitely am not going to leave it behind. These pedestal bowls, they're really popular, but they're also really, really easy to style. So when they're already
elevated, it just makes it easy. You've already got your height. Kind of dig that. Dresser caddies, also something I won't leave behind. I've picked this particular style up. I think this is the third time, at least the second time, but I think it's the third time. They're very popular. They're pretty sleek, kind of cool looking. So the only regret about this is I wish that I'd picked this up before Christmas. I think it would have been a great gift for the guys in my customers at the booth's lives, because I think sometimes guys are a little bit harder. I picked up two of these, this size and one that's a little bit larger. Did not bring the one in that's a little bit larger because it's the exact same colorway. I really enjoy this colorway. I love the yellow. I love that sort of royal blue color, and the butterfly. Everything about it I thought was great. This particular size is my favorite, although people really enjoy the larger sizes too, because this you can use on the inside for houseplants too, and you can fit this on a side table or a shelving unit. A really, really fun size. Probably my favorite piece in the whole entire haul is this brass pot. I love this emboss area. I love the feet. I don't find this style very often. I think I've only ever maybe found something similar one other time, and I believe it was silver toned. I don't think it was brass. Nonetheless, I really, really like this, and I have sort of that spring, summer on my mind right now when I'm shopping for items. So I'm really drawn to vases and flower pots right now. I would have thought all day, every day this was Italian, but it still had its sticker and it tells me it's Japan. I just think it is so cool nonetheless. I love the colorway on it, and again, just that perfect size for floral arranging, what it's intended for, but I think it makes a great impact also just on its own. And one last thing that is a little bit of a project piece, and I didn't know that when I picked it up, but you can see how those hands rock. I picked this up and didn't notice that. Maybe I did it in transit, I don't know, but it didn't have a battery or anything in it, so I didn't even know if it worked. It does work, at least this hand and the second, what do you call that? Second hand? Anyway, part of it works. This hand is not going to work unless I can get my husband to tighten that up or possibly replace it altogether. I don't know. I'm hoping we don't have to do that because I don't know how to do that. And that's what the back looks like. Anyway, this was made by Janet in 1979, and I think Janet did a really, really good job, even if I didn't notice that this was broken when I got it. Unusual. I like that it doesn't have the numbers. Actually, I like that better, and I really enjoyed that free edge. Okay, guys, that's all we have for you today. We hope that you enjoyed this haul. We thank you so much for coming along on this venture with us. We hope that 2025 brings you nothing but happiness and blessings, and we will see you after the new year. Go have a great day. Talk to you soon.